So let's take a couple minutes to talk about this verdict in New York with the Bragg case and Trump being convicted on 34 counts. Obviously, it's a sham. The fact is that the case is a stretch to say the least. Trump was basically not allowed to have a defense. His business associates even were willing to testify and say, hey, we didn't lose any money. We're happy to do business with him. But the court was set up in such a way that basically it was rigged against him. People who are paying attention can, like I said, obviously see that this is a sham trial. It's a kangaroo court. And those in New York City are probably thinking about leaving New York City because when you're trying to run a business, the rule of law is very important. I mean, you need the rule of law to enforce your property rights or contracts. And if you're going to be somebody like Donald Trump and have political aspirations or grow a big business, this could be you. You could be targeted in the same way. So people in New York City who are paying attention, who have any aspirations at all, are probably thinking about getting out of New York City right now. There are some people that the term, quote unquote, convicted felon will appeal to. In other words, there are some people that will be dissuaded from voting for Trump on those grounds. But overall, his base are going to be more motivated to turn out for him as a result. There are going to be a lot of people who are usually not politically active or are sort of anti-establishment or sort of a contrarian by their nature. They're going to see this and are going to be motivated to vote for Donald Trump. I think overall, obviously this doesn't look good for the country, but politically this actually helps Trump, in my opinion. Now I could be wrong, but I've seen some of the numbers and I'm kind of reading into the numbers, and I believe that there's going to be a lot of non-political people are now going to vote for him. So overall, I think politically this is more of a win. The left, the dishonest, particularly the dishonest left, are using this as a soundbite. They're saying convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. Again, this will motivate his base to vote for him. The establishment, I think, made a serious error in calculation. Usually they do this predictive behavioral models, and they have like a logarithms, and they say if we do this action, this is the kind of result that we're likely to get. And they also are in their own echo chamber. They also think that, well, if Barack Obama or George Soros had the label of convicted felon, that would even further drop their popularity, which is true. But you got to understand that they're part of the system. And so that doesn't have the same effect. So I think this is going to backfire spectacularly politically. It is going to backfire, in terms of the system, in terms of people having confidence in the judicial system. This is not good for the country. It's definitely not good for New York City because business people are going to leave there. And it's actually not good for the Democratic Party or the establishment as well. So, it is what it is. I'm more concerned about Trump getting assassinated, actually. Who knows? But, if it was a fair election, I think Trump will absolutely smoke Biden come November.